And I have to look at my notes because it's a little bit more technical than I know. But basically, after these last, we're seeing the numbers, right? And these numbers they were going down, and now we're already at 5 here. So what that tells you is it looks like it's going up. So we've ordered new infrared technology to basically be able to highlight where the outages are happening. The issue with the infrastructure is so old that repairing it takes much longer. So picture the best metaphor I can come up with, because I'm not a technical engineer, is a car. The new cars, you can put the little plug in, the computer says it's the back converter. I don't even know what that means. That's what's out. We're driving an old car here. And so when someone goes out, we got to troubleshoot it. So we get our best electricians out here, and they got to troubleshoot it. And so what we're getting them is new technology so they can basically infrared the areas. We can shut down certain areas. We're looking at a new technology, our guys told us today, that could probably isolate the residential areas, try to keep the residential power going, and keep the medical folks going. So we know that this is has to be all hands on deck from here on out to keep these as low as possible. For example, we basically, you can even see this isn't even up to date anymore because I don't know if you all know, but there's supposed to be 3 undersea lines here. Well, someone came and pulled one out, so it got vandalized. Someone came and pulled the whole line. I don't know where they drove off with it.
Oh, okay.
So is it here? Oh, here. I'm sorry, this one. Sorry about that. So right here. So they pulled it out. So we basically figured out a way to make it work with 2. And so their electrical engineers, they didn't even know that we could get it. And so we are working our best and having our best people on here. And so we are just going to proceed forward at all hands. This is our priority, to keep this island going.
What's the communication plan?
Well, yeah, we have suicidal geese out here, and the last outage, I was about to get my NERC buddies and go search for dead people because we didn't, or dead animals because, we weren't getting any real word as to what it is, and then we find out that it's a switch, and like a circuit breaker that went. Mm-hmm. And it seems to me, I was sitting there going, well, isn't that the first thing that you check when something goes out, when your power in your house goes out? You check the circuit breakers? And it took 12 hours?
So I saw a bunch of, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I think the emergency guy that mentioned this way to communicate if the power's out is really super important. I work here on the island, and I work as a security person for a whole bunch of people during the daytime. And what happened that day was everyone's cell phones ran out of power. I had to go up to my car and charge my phone in my car so that I could make a 911 phone call in case anybody got hurt in my area, and that's my job, what I do. And so having this piece of paper in a lot of different places would really be a good idea. Also, I think another idea I could suggest is that you put some sort of pedestals out that have power for people that are on generators that you can call, like an emergency call box that's on a generator. I know we have one at the marina where I work. When the power goes out, everything fails safes. And so we have a battery set up that lasts for 12 hours. So I think there is a way that you could do that just for the 911 phone calls.
Or set up solar power. You're going to have the solar power on the island. Set it up now.
Tying into the power, when you're doing this developing in the future, all these new $1 million homes are going to be here, the power is not going to be ran the way it is now, obviously. So there is a plan in the future to change this over. But it seems like you're not doing that now for whatever reason because, the money's not there, we're not worth it, whatever. So it's obviously, I understand how it works. When it rains, the substations are underground, it floods. That's why we see all the trucks pumping the water out of the ground. So it's obviously, this is a temporary fix. Like you said, you guys come in and fix it, but it just, it's not going to be like that forever. We just know that because that's not how these new homes are going to run. So, what's the plan there? What do you guys,
I'm going to point to Bob because I'm not...
Right, I don't know.
As I said, all of the infrastructure here, it's been said, the island was built in 1938.
So you don't see power lines running around because it's not ran like the typical...
Well, there are portions of the island you see overhead, portions are underground. And so all of the infrastructure on the island is going to be replaced over the course of development. And one of the early things, as I mentioned, is going to be the new primary switchgear for the entire island. And that honestly will make a significant improvement in the frequency of outages. Probably more than anything we've been able to do
So
today.
why should we gonna come to meetings again?
So yeah, all of the infrastructure will be being replaced, and then it's going to be owned by the PUC, and it's going to go into kind of their
You didn't.
regular renewal cycle.
Okay, but you keep talking about again, but understand, every time you have a power outage, one, it's unsafe for us to drive down the hill. Two, our sewage is cut off completely. Three, your workers here even say that they don't even have the power to repair or function or do anything. So not only are we sitting without any food, families, because you're saying just the, people who need it, but we have families here who don't have access, so our kids can't eat. We can't safely get off the island. We have sewage backing up in our homes. In addition to that, no communication, and you have to walk out and find a reception somewhere to even respond to that. So I hear all this wonderful about in the future, but what's going to happen right now? Because that is ridiculous that I can't take a squat in my home and I can't feed my cat. I can't feed my children. It's not acceptable to keep having this over and over again and in a short period of time and not even know. And then you talk to the workers and they're like, well, we don't know what to do. We don't even have the power to order equipment.
It's going to take 2 more years until something gets improved.
We
That seems-
can go to the set of folks who haven't said something yet, and then we're going to need to wrap up. We're going to go over here.
One of my housemates stated that she looked at a public document that stated that the new luxury housing would be built on the western side of the island facing the city, and that the housing that exists now would be primarily open space. Number one, I'd like to know if that's actually true, because I heard it by word of mouth. And if it is true, there's already plentiful open space on Treasure Island, and why could we not coexist with the new housing?
I don't mind answering, because that, nobody answered. What's gonna happen? If there's another outage, what's gonna happen?
You want to address the power thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I feel the workers you're talking about, that's me. Okay, so I am one of those workers. I work for the PUC. We're the contract operator. We do not own the wastewater system here. We do not own the water system here. We do not own the power system here. So when you're saying like my folks can't fix it, I'm telling you, we are trying our best. And we are trying to fix a system that's from 1938. And I know you want to know, when is the sewer going to be updated? When are the pumps going to be fixed? When's the new power going to come in and make it reliable? And I hate to just like point to someone else, but it's really about the way the development agreement is set up. Is the developer will be upgrading this infrastructure as they're building it. So that's why I keep asking about, I keep pointing to him and asking him, when are
Because
these?
maybe that Bob should answer, because that was more than 12 hours that we had no power, no lights, no sewage. We were unsafe to go back and forth. We have trucks, we have buses, we have random people who don't belong here for 12 hours.
And
And kids in the neighborhood, elderly, we don't have we have break-ins when this stuff happens. So we've had sexual assaults happen during this time. So I want to know what's going to happen the next time. Because that's six or seven of them in 6 weeks.
It's also, yeah.
I mean, when we come out here, all I want to say is we are doing our best to.
I help feed them and give them coffee.
I know you do. I know. Our workers said that you all are the best. So like they feel so much love from you all, and they're trying to do their best. So that's what I'm gonna.
So the powers that we need to answer.
Unfortunately, this is the infrastructure that we have to deal with.
But
And
Bob, you're gonna put
usually
solar
through-
stuff out here. Solar construction doesn't take that much time. The prices you're gonna get funding from the state or the federal government for it. help us out and put the stuff out now so that we can hook up. I mean, solar is doable.
And the workers have asked for that. They have asked for that. And they said that their requests get denied.
And communicate with us as soon as you know we'd like to know.